Please welcome to the stage, Crisis, an improvised comic book.
We are Crisis, and we're going to improvise a comic book for you, a superhero origin story, and all we need to get started is a suggestion of anything.
Comet. Waterloo.
Comet.
Comet, nice. So on the front page of issue number 1 of this entirely new comic book series, we see front and center a half robot, half man, standing on top of a desolate planet landscape, looking into a small telescope for the hope of a better tomorrow.
Yeah. And in his telescope, we can see that he sees Earth. But right about to hit Earth, there's a giant evil comet coming at it. And it's got a sinister-looking comet face on it. And we can see behind him, up in a castle, there is an evil wizard who is commanding the comet to crash to Earth.
And on either side of him, on the one side, on his robot side, there's a human in awe of how impressive this character is. And on the other side, there's a robot on his human side that's taking notes and making sure that all the calculations to save the day are correct.
And the name of our hero is the Astronomertron. So, ladies and gentlemen, Crisis presents the adventures of the Astronomertron.
First page, Outer Space, 2018 AD. There are multiple space stations, all orbiting the Earth, and we see that they're like Jetsons-esque kind of cars that go back and forth between the space stations. In increasing panels, we zone in more and more on a single space station. It's like the smallest and clearly the least well-funded. Like, there's Scotch tape holding it together. There are like leaks in the roof. But here we see, walking in is our hero. He's wearing a lab coat that's too big for him. His shoes he's tripping over them. He's got like a manila envelope full of documents.
Gotta make sure I get these documents to the boss, otherwise they're gonna shut down the space program. It's kind of quiet here today. There's no one around.
Oh, pardon me, Jerry. I was just going to analyze how much longer this space station has to exist.
Helperbot, have you seen our boss? I gotta give him these important documents. The space station, if we don't fix up these repairs, it's gonna explode.
You know, I have not seen Director Greed since the deal that he made with the Earth Corporation.
Yeah, funny thing about Director Greed, he just seems to kind of care about money, and he's kind of cutting back all the stuff we have. Like, we're down to 50% air. We're supposed to have 100%.
Correction. We are down to 40% oxygen.
Oh, 40%. Oh, wait, don't breathe. Okay.
I will not.
Not all of us are robots, all right? Some of us are humans, even though we wish we could be a robot.
Some of us are robots, even though we wish we could experience emotion.
There's only a way for me to be cold and calculating and survive not being human.
If only there was a way that I could experience a tender lover's kiss on a warm summer day.
We see this panel is split in the middle, where you see half of Hoverbot and half of Jerry lining up perfectly as both their word bubbles talk about how they wish that they had what the other had.
Well, I must reapply the Scotch tape in the emergency escape shuttles.
And I must take a crap because that's what humans do.
We turn the page. We see the office of Mr. Greed, and there's a lot of vibrant lights and plant life, and he's counting just stacks and stacks of money. 1,000 space dollars, 2,000 space dollars,
$3,000 space dollars. $4,000 space dollars.
Director Green.
Five.
I finally found you. I've been searching for you all day. Listen, I don't know how long the space station's gonna last. Your budget cuts, they've completely taken everything we need to survive up here.
How dare you interrupt me when I am counting my space dollars, Jerry?
I'm sorry, I would have made an appointment with your secretary, but you fired her to save money.
That's right. I fired her, and I fired the rest of the staff, and it's just me and you stuck on this damn spaceship. As
Correction. It is you and Jerry and Helperbot on this spaceship.
Helperbot?
Director Greed, good afternoon.
Huh. Metal, titanium, a plutonium core. I could fetch a pretty penny for this hoverbot, don't you think, Jerry?
I wouldn't advise selling Helperbot. He's literally the only thing keeping this space station going.
Well, the only thing that keeps me going is space dollars.
Actually, what keeps you
Jesus.
going is metabolism.
And you know what gets my metabolism running?
It's not space dollars.
Space dollars. Upon space dollars so high that, oh, all I need is money around me. Not you, and not you. You're fired, Jerry, and Hoverbot, you're fired also.
Is this what humans call sadness?
You pack up your human utensils and leave, and you pack up your robot utensils and leave.
Very well. I shall hover out.
I'm gonna hover out too because you gave us all hoverboards.
I'm gonna need that back.
We turn the page to Jerry's small living quarters. We see that it's decorated with posters of like Einstein's theorems, and like a poster when A Brief History of Time was first released. Like all sorts of like notes that he's writing, and like one poster says robots are cool.
Oh, Einstein and Asimov. If only I had the knowledge that you fine scientists had, and science fiction writers, to be a better astronaut myself. This was my dream job, and I lost it because some greedy man had to cut corners.
Jerry, I was just reading a poem, and I was wondering if perhaps you could elaborate on the deeper meaning behind it.
Sure, it's what humans do best.
One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish.
Alert! 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 Space station oxygen, 15%.
There's only 50% oxygen left. That's
Alert!
less than
Space
3 minutes. I'm
station
gonna die if I don't get out of here.
3%.
Precisely 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Listen, Jerry,
Imminent crash
in my
approaching
In
on
my
unknown planet.
exoskeleton, I have an emergency reserve of oxygen. If you deconstruct me and build that exoskeleton around yourself, you may survive.
But that means you'll be dead.
It's like, from what I understand, when the band Journey says, the wheel on the sky keeps on turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
A lot of people said robots couldn't get prog rock. They were wrong. They were wrong, damn it. Let me pull you apart.
We turn the page and we see panel by panel Jerry using Helperbot's body to fashion a suit of armor out of it. Space station crashing in 3, 2, 1. There's a giant explosion that covers up both pages. Jerry is spinning around in space, and you see him fall through the atmosphere of this unknown planet, and he lands. We turn the page again. The planet is a barren, desolate wasteland. And we turn the page and it says 15 years later, the once desolate planet is now a thriving city, but with smoke coming out of all of the buildings. And there's greedy businessmen all around.
A new atmosphere to breathe smoke into. Perfect. More paper books and not e-books.
We see as this person on the street slides past a giant building, it says Greed Industries.
We cut to Director Greed's, now President Greed's, board of directors.
Yeah.
They're alien warlords from different planets.
And in the back, we see photos of Director Greed from when he landed on the planet 15 years ago, when he swindled his first small business owner, to when just him accruing more and more power, to him being sworn in as president of this planet.
When the Garblaxians staged the destruction of your space station, it was with the understanding that you would give us robots with which to raise our army.
Well, I'm sorry. There's just not enough money for you.
But you made promises to us.
Promises? Promises that just got me elected. Promises I never intended on keeping.
The Flarnox found you this planet. The Garblaxians staged your illegitimate presidency, and you will renege on the word you have made to us? In our culture, I think in any culture, that's pretty messed up.
Oh yeah, well in my culture, one thing matters. Space money! Now my military will be here any minute to remove the two of you.
If only there was some type of man and robot to save us.
Yeah, what, some kind of astronomer-tron or something like that? The Garblaxians will not forget this insult. We'll see you in space hell.
8,000 space dollars.
We turn the page. There's a small underground basement of a bar that has the Resistance painted across it like a little banner. We see a group of spunky robots, aliens, and their leader, the Astronomertron.
Good space beer, right?
It pleases my half-robot, half-human body.
Wow. How about some of this for the robot side?
We see, in his mind, there's the text bubbles just from HelperBot that only he can hear. Jerry, did you know that if you imbibe alcohol irresponsibly, you will not be able to fight off President Greed's advances of military?
Quiet, you robot. I'll have another one of those beers.
Hey, you got it, boss.
Jerry, I may not understand the human feeling of despair, but from what I've read in literature,
Hey, why are you looking off in
the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Hey,
Sorry, sometimes the half-robot side of my brain talks to me.
ah,
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense when you're half human, half robot.
what's that noise? What's happening? Oh, jeez.
This establishment is to be closed by orders of President Greed.
Hey,
we
you-
found you. You ratted us out. Them out. To us.
Barkeep?
Sorry, I did what I had to do. He was going to revoke my liquor license.
You people think you can come in here and take over local businesses that have been here for many years. I'll show you a thing or two.
Oh, God! Hey, get out of here, guys!